Hello, I'm Daniel Flaherty, and this is a public service message for anyone who drives a vehicle. Now, I live in Georgia, and according to the Georgia Department of Transportation, for the year of 2020, there were 331,000 crashes. That's a lot. And of those, there were at least 1,000 fatalities in that 1 year. I'll link that in the description below so you can see it for yourself. But I want to specifically talk about aggressive driving. Now, I've been noticing in the recent months as I drive to work and back and church and back and wherever I go, there's been an increasing number of aggressive drivers on the road. In fact, I was even in an accident recently. Thankfully, it was not horrible. It was just a slight rear-end accident, but it was my 5th rear-end accident where I was hit by an at-fault driver in my life. So I've been in enough accidents to know how bad that is. And I don't wish that on anyone else. And what I want to communicate here is a plea. It's really what this is. It's a plea for anyone who sees this, who drives a vehicle, which is probably everyone, to calm down. It is far better to get to your destination safely and late than to not get there at all, or to cause an accident for someone else, to cut someone else off, to cause any kind of property damage, or even a fatality to another driver or people in your vehicle. We've all seen the billboards, we've all seen different messages, different ads about not texting and driving, how important it is to not be distracted while you're driving. Well, as important as it is, it's also important to just simply slow down. If you are someone who normally is on the faster side in terms of driving and you really want to get to your destination quickly, please, I am pleading with you with all earnestness, slow down. I've encountered enough drivers who try to weave between vehicles, who try to just get ahead of everyone that they possibly can and go as fast as they possibly can. Speed limits are on roads for a reason. If we had no order, complete anarchy, complete just free-for-all, it would be like a Mad Max movie. Let's not do that. We don't need to do that. Okay? Just slow down. If you see someone going the speed limit, don't get angry at them. They're following the law, and that's not a bad thing. You might want to do that yourself. Now, I next want to appeal specifically to Christians, people who identify as being Christians. I myself am one, and whenever there's been polling in the past of this nation, the United States, the vast majority of people who have been polled have said that they are Christians, they identify as being Christians. At least they identify as being religious in some sense. So, fellow Christian, let me address you specifically and plead with you specifically. We are commanded to love our neighbor as ourselves. How are you doing on that front when it comes to you being behind the wheel? You can say that you care for your neighbor, you care for people, that you love God, and you love people as you should. Is that reflected in how you drive? When you get behind the wheel of a vehicle that weighs thousands of pounds, that has the capacity to inflict incredible damage incredibly quickly, do you recognize that responsibility as being a serious responsibility? Do you drive in such a way that people could tell that you actually care for your neighbor? Or do you suddenly turn into a road rage monster, completely betraying who you say that you identify as when you are driving? Are you aggressive with other drivers? Do you view other drivers as being a nuisance that you have to get away from as quickly as you can? If so, this is a heart check. Check yourself before you wreck. So, with all this being said, please slow down. Again, I'll reiterate, it is far better to get to your destination safely and late than to not get there at all, or to cause someone else to never get to their destination at all. We have thousands and thousands of crashes a year just in Georgia. That doesn't have to be the case. I don't care if you have an appointment that's critical. I don't care if your job says you got to be here a certain time. Life is valuable. Life is precious. Would you view that while you're driving? Would you have that in your mind? To chill out. And ultimately, again, for the Christian, trust in the Lord with all of your mind, your heart, your soul, that He is in control. You do not need to be anxious when you drive. You do not need to be worrying about, oh no, am I not going to get there exactly at this certain time? I have experienced that in the past. I used to, many times. I used to freak out mentally when I'd be driving to some event, something that was outside of my normal routine, thinking, oh no, I might get there late. Everything's just gonna be bad. And guess what? Every time I was wrong. Every time I freaked out about, oh no, I'm not gonna get there in time, it did work out. We know that all things work together, that He works all things together. Trust Him. Maybe that's what the issue is really, is ultimately trust. That you're worried, you're anxious about everything, even though He says in His Word, be anxious for nothing. He is sovereign over everything, including the traffic on the road, your commute in the morning, your commute in the afternoon. Trust Him and relax. Drive safely, my friends. Please. Thank you for watching.